Hello and welcome to the Comedy Cast YouTube channel. I'm Spud Murphy. If you'd like to get more comedy podcasts every Monday and Thursday, just hit that red subscribe button underneath this video. You can also listen to podcasts on thecomedycast.com, on iTunes and on Android podcast players as well. We're also on social media, on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. All those links will be in the description below this video. So today on the podcast we have an Irish stand-up comedian, Anna Clifford. We begin the interview speaking about Anna's day job and how being a vegetarian isn't really very helpful in what she's doing. We recorded this video just a few days before St. Patrick's Day, so we had a wee chat about that and how important it is to Irish people and what we get up to on the day. We get on to comedy then and we speak about how and why Anna got into stand-up comedy. We speak as well about Anna studying at the Gaiety School of Acting in Dublin and how even from an early age she always knew she wanted to be an entertainer. We talk about Anna taking a stand-up comedy course while living in Vancouver in Canada and how that led to her first time performing as a stand-up. And she told me as well that since then she's become really academic in her approach to stand-up comedy, really studying the craft behind the art. I asked Anna then if she can put into words what it's like to have an audience eating out of the palm of your hand, and then on the flip side as well, how she picks herself up if a gig doesn't go exactly to plan. We speak as well about how she works on her sets, how she records herself, but how she has to be alone when she watches it back. We speak about Anna's comedic influences growing up, the comedians she liked, the TV shows that she watched and how they've been an influence on her. We talk about the Dublin stand-up comedy scene as well and how it's such a close-knit community of people helping each other out. Someone's always there to give advice on how to make jokes better and things like that. And finally then we speak about Anna's strange hobby, well, I think it's strange anyway, wearing vintage swimwear. And sex. We talk about sex. Sure, why not? I hope you enjoyed the interview then, and I'll speak to you after.
I was texting my friend today and one of the texts I just really didn't understand because my friends love using abbreviations. They love shortening all their words just so I can't understand them. I think abbreviations, it's like trying to learn a whole new language. Because you have OMG, OMFG, LOL, ORFL, YOLO, Ebola, ISIS. I can't keep up with any of them. But I do like emojis. Because emojis prove to me mum and me dad and all my teachers in school that I didn't have to listen in English class. Because I can answer everyone back in little pictures. So usually if my friend asked me, how was your night? I would say something like, smiley face, beer, sick face, 2 beers, man emoji, smirky face, thumbs up, aubergine, salsa girl. I think it's great that the aubergine has become the universal symbol for dick. It makes a bit of sense when you think about it. They're both big, hard, purple, and enjoyable to eat when served correctly.
Hello Anna Clifford, you're very welcome to the Comedy Cast. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So Anna, you've been working today. Can I ask what you do?
I work as a waitress at the minute.
Go on, give it a plug. Where is it?
Actually, I might as well. It's a chicken wing restaurant in the centre of Dublin called Wishbone.
Okay. It's one of these
so
new
if
ones.
you like chicken.
Is this the place that has the really spicy ones?
Yes, it's been getting a lot of plugs. I'm loving Dublin itself, so it probably doesn't need me, but doing well, yeah.
Okay. And
spicy wings. Everyone loves spicy chicken wings.
And how spicy are the really spicy ones?
The waffle thing is I'm a vegetarian, but I tasted the sauces. I don't know if that's like a sin or not, but but the buffalo sauce, so basically the buffalo sauce is the spicy one, and that is the Frank's hot sauce. Most people probably eat that, it's delicious. So it's like a Frank hot sauce based sauce.
So you're like, I remember years ago.
I like spicy though.
Well, that's good then. Yeah, me too. I remember I was working in a pub in Temple Bar many, many years ago, and these people came in to order food, and we're all standing around eating pizza that we bought from some other place down the road, and and kind of like the leader of the group, he was kind of like, well, it's not a good sign when you walk in somewhere and someone's not eating the food, so you're probably a bit like that as well in your place. Which is your favourite chicken? I'm vegetarian. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no. I try not to lie. I'm like, because I've tasted all the sauces, I'm like, the buffalo is my favourite, but I don't say chicken, I just say, and I can tell what's popular, so I try not to lie, but...
Well then, It's the hardest part about sales,
wings.
isn't it? It's the hardest part about sales is lying. This came up a couple of days ago, or last week as well.
The hardest part about sales is lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. Yeah,
It's just.
I'm not very good liar. Yeah.
You're from Dublin, yeah? What part of Dublin?
I'm from Hope.
You're from Holt, okay. Also County Dublin.
Yes, County Dublin, out in the sticks.
So look, because we have a lot of international listeners and they won't know the geography of Ireland very well, can tell us a bit about Holt.
Hope is a lovely little fishing village in the north side of Dublin, even though they probably claim that we're not very north side. we're County Dublin. We're in this peninsula, so it's like right here and around, and it's beautiful. Yeah, it's a lovely part of Dublin to live.
Yeah, it's lovely. I used to go up to Holt now and again on nice days in Dublin when I was living there, which are few and far between, but it's really cool on a nice day.
Yeah, it is. It was a really nice day actually, and so I came off the dart and there's tons of people around. It's a good spot for all the tourists if anyone is coming to Dublin. Visit Hope. There we go, another plug.
Actually, I saw that today on Twitter. There was people putting up, there was like a hashtag bag of cans or something because the weather was so good. And it's like, it's only the middle of March. It's great.
Hashtag bag of cans. That's brilliant. Yeah, today was so nice. I was in work, but I could tell it was nice from outside of work.
And so, look, we know this will come out after Paddy's Day, but, it's only a couple of days away. What are you going to do for Paddy's Day?
Oh, I love Paddy's Day. I actually have it off work, which is good. I'm smart, and I booked it off. I have an auntie over from London, so we're going to have a bit of food in my house, and then I'm just going to leave my family behind and go out. I don't know where, but there's never nothing not to do in Dublin, In Hope, there's a festival on, which will be fun, but I think I might head into town because that's where the real crack is on Paddy's Day.
Yeah, there's nowhere better than Dublin on Paddy's Day, really. Like.
Yeah, Paddy's Day is kind of like a bag of cans day, no matter what the weather is. You can put nagging in your bag or a bit of drink, and you just go wherever, wear a bit of green, and then it's a good day to be Irish.
Yeah, it's a great day. Yeah, our favourite haunting place on Paddy's Day was we'd watch the parade at the Central Bank, and then we'd go into the Foggy Jew then, and then was kind of last man standing then.
That's a good spot. Yeah, even around Temple Bar, even though I think not many Irish people go there on normal days because it's quite a touristy spot, but on Paddy's Day it's a good day to be out in the streets just drinking.
Yeah, it's the best. It's absolutely, I love it, and I really miss it at home. But even this year we kind of fucked up because we always go to this like Irish/English pub and they have Irish music on. But this year we have to go to a place called fucking Jazz Club because we were too late. Because people here book tables on it. It's the weirdest fucking thing. People here, they won't stand in pubs.
No.
Fuck, like standing is the best part of a pub. Oh.
I know, it's mad. That's why I just home 6 months now, but I was living in Canada. That same kind of thing. You go into a bar and you have to get table service, and you have to get you can order from the drink at the bar, and it's very mad. But
it's like, how are you supposed to get your hole if you're never going to meet anyone?
Exactly. It's a lot of hard work.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta spot someone from across the room and wave at them, but how do you play hard to get then if you're waving?
Creep them out.
It's just
Send them a drink.
Like, well, nowadays everyone's just probably on Tinder anyway, so you can just find.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you just in your location, and then you can find someone in the same bar as you.
So look, on to comedy then. So look, how long or why and how did you get into comedy? Was it something that you'd always wanted to do, or did you just slip into it?
I just fell. No, I guess I've always loved comedy. I always loved having a laugh, making people laugh. I guess, but it comes from my love of like performing. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been in drama, like groups or acting and stuff. And then when I left school, I went to the Gaiety School of Acting for 2 years in Dublin. So I kind of got into theatre more at the start, and then I always thought I would like to do comedy, but it seemed really scary. Where in theatre you get to hide behind a character. You have to be yourself. But then when I went to Canada, I was just looking up classes to do, and I found a comedy class online, and I was looking for more drama classes, but this one kind of scared me. It was like January 2 years ago, and I was like, you have to do something new year, new me. So I was like, I'm going to do comedy class for 5 weeks, once a week, and then because I like writing as well, so it was like kind of craft a joke. So that's what I was interested in, but not so much like performing it at the end. Scared the shit out of me. And then I did it, and then it just went well, and then you kind of get like the rush and the buzz and the performance. I loved that's the buzz of it, and then kept going.
So how
that's where it all started. Was that a lot? There's a lot ramble on there.
Look, ramble is you're the centre of attention here, Anna. So
I know, but like
no, but like so with the Gaiety School of Acting, then I've had a couple of people on since it started who have done theatre and acting courses, and it led to them going into comedy just like you. But a couple of them, they actually spoke about it kind of negatively, as if the people running these drama courses kind of look down on comedy. Did you have anything like that?
Oh, really? No, but like I wasn't really in the comedy mindset then, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, not like I was a bit, I think I was like, we had good fun in the place, but I never even brought up the comedy. I remember one time we had a class and it was we had a bit of debate on whether acting is for entertainment or for like telling a story or provoking a thought. And I think I went down the side of kind of entertainment because that's what I love to do. So that's where my love of performing comes, is to entertain people. So maybe that's, some people would think acting or performing is for something different, you know?
Yeah.
But no, I didn't have any experience. I never brought up actually comedy, like stand-up comedy to any of my teachers or anything there.
But
so it's interesting.
When you were doing the drama school, then were you like were you taking a lot of the comedy roles kind of subconsciously, or anything like that?
I did enjoy probably the comedy roles a bit more, but then I mean the serious ones are fun as well. You have to get a bit miserable sometimes. We all enjoy that, but I definitely think I went towards. We had a class called Manifesto, so you have to like write, and once a week you have to write and perform your own piece, and I think I kind of like did go down more so like the funny route for those. I wanted the laughs for my own pieces.
So you're writing something every week that you have to perform. So what is it, like a 5-minute or 2-minute kind of thing at the end of a school
week?
Like,
you might get so our teacher, John Laney, who's a very good teacher, he might give you a brief for a team, and then you have to come away and you can do anything, like any kind of performance piece or whatever, and then eventually kind of grew, because it was a 2-year course, right? So then at the end of your 2 years, your pieces are getting more extravagant. People are getting lighting, they're getting using video, they're getting more creative. So it was really good.
That's cool. And it obviously it instills a habit of writing to a deadline all the time,
Yeah, exactly. And I think for, especially coming out as trained actors and stuff, it instills something that, like, don't be waiting for your phone to call, like make your own work and give yourself a job, because there might not be one for a while.
This comedy course then that you were doing in Canada was, what was it, once a week for 5 weeks, yeah?
For 5 weeks, yeah. I was every Monday night for 5 weeks. Out in Vancouver in Canada.
So what kind of things did they teach you that you because like the way I see it, a lot of people who go to or who sign up for comedy courses, it's kind of the last push that they need. A lot of people they want to do stand up, they're dying to do it, but they just need that extra little push. You said it wasn't really that, you wanted to try something new, but
yeah, I just wanted like a new craft, like kind of the same. It's different. Comedy is very different from acting, thing, but it's kind of in the same performance craft. So I wanted another tool to my belt, I guess. But I think for people who do classes, yeah, definitely anyone who says to me like, I would love to do comedy, or like, but I'm never going to do it because I'm so scared. I was like, just go to a class. Like, you don't even have to do comedy after that if you don't want to. But it's really enjoyable, and you learn a lot about like how to craft a joke and the little secrets behind making up a joke.
I saw where did I see it? I must have been on, it was on your Instagram. I saw that you were reading up on a couple of comedy books. So you're definitely someone who, wants to get to know the mechanics behind comedy.
Yeah, I think I'm finding the more I do it, the more I go to shows and watch other people, like, I'm just really, really loving it. And like, I was never really an academic in school, or even with plays and stuff, like I'm not very good with books, but something about comedy, like I'm loving learning the science behind it almost, and like seeing and watching loads of like Netflix specials and like the people that are on the shows with me and seeing what they're doing and being like, yes, I see everything you're doing, I guess. So I'm just really enjoying breaking it up.
I suppose the aim of doing this, you just want to soak it all up like a sponge and then help find your own voice a bit more, yeah?
Like improve myself, like improve my craft. It's my goal.
Is there a danger though? That you're going to become jaded by comedy, and instead of enjoying it, you're just going to say, I know what he's doing. I know where that joke is going.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about that. I hope not, because I'm really enjoying myself at the minute. I hate it to become a chore all of a sudden, like my other jobs or anything else I do.
I don't know, but what I mean is that we had a fella on a few weeks ago, and he runs this really successful comedy school in California. And I asked him a similar question, like I asked him something like, have you seen it all by now? Does anything shock you, or does any new comedian come on the scene where you're like, I know what he's doing differently or something? And he just says, no, it's kind of hard to make me laugh now. And I was really disappointed by that. I was like, shit.
Oh no. Yeah. I suppose, there's that in a sense, like you can, maybe Maybe a bit, yeah. Because at home I wouldn't like, unless it's really good, I wouldn't laugh out loud. But if I'm at a show, I know how it feels, so I will, and I have a massive laugh, so I will definitely always burn that. Because,
So you're fake laughing, yeah?
not fake so much as that. You know, because some people watch it, and like even if at shows I've done, and you look at the crowd and you can tell they're enjoying themselves, but some crowds are quieter than the others, and they just don't want, you know, they don't give it to you. So like, just if I find it funny, I make sure I give a bit more of a oomph to my laughter at a show.
So look, I had a question later on. I want to jump to now. That can you put into words that buzz of being on stage and getting laughs? What it feels like?
It's just like the best high I think you'll ever get. Well, I'm not sure about everything, but like the best high I got. Yes. I don't know. I think it's mad. Like I don't know. People always ask me why I do it because I do get quite nervous still, and I get like myself worked up sometimes. And my mum or someone would be like, "Why'd you do it to yourself?" And I'm like, I don't know, because after you come off and it went really well, or people come up and compliment you, it's like a dopamine kind of thing. It's like getting likes on Facebook or whatever. It feels good.
So
and then you want to do it again.
The opposite then, like, does it really affect you if you've had a bad night? And how do you pick yourself up?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I don't know. I think I just eat. Don't know. I think, well, if I come away and I've done bad, I think I just tell myself, I have to remind myself of the times I've done good as well, and just where you have to improve, I guess, and just not let you get you down. But definitely, yeah, it can affect you sometimes. I don't know. I don't think I've mastered that part yet, but I definitely have probably had like it's gone well more times. So otherwise, if it went bad all the time, I just would give up.
Yeah, I suppose. You know, because I saw you perform a few weeks ago in Dublin, and you were recording yourself. So obviously, you would watch back stuff, I
haven't watched it back yet.
You haven't watched it back yet, but you do. Watch back stuff.
I'm so bad. It really makes me cringe sometimes, and it gives me like I feel it takes me a while to watch stuff back. I probably won't listen to this podcast for like a year.
Anna, even if the gig has gone well, you still won't watch it back.
Oh, I know. Okay, so usually I took that on my pocket camera, so I have to watch that back because I want to send it off to people. But usually if I take it on my phone, I'll like watch it back when I'm on a walk, because then I don't know, I feel like I'm moving and the air is hitting me, so it's I don't know, I can relax more.
Okay, I get you.
And then it's really good to watch yourself back though, because you can hear where you got laughs or claps, and then hear where stuff isn't working, so it definitely helps. But I don't know, I need to get better at that. I think it just takes practice to listen and watch yourself.
Yeah, but look, it'll come with time. Look, I'm similar as well, because you know I haven't told the listeners, I was at home in Dublin because I was recording a TV pilot, and while I think I'm fairly good behind the microphone, and stuff like pauses like that, it's pretty easy to edit out. But on camera, I'm fucking useless. I just stare into the camera and I go, all I want to do is make funny faces when someone points a camera at me. And it's like, no, I have to do this seriously. And, you got to learn things like...
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Something about cameras make you want to just make a funny face.
Yeah, they make me just want to act like an arsehole, Yeah. And there's stuff like, you gotta, when you finish a sentence, if you're speaking directly into the camera, when you finish a sentence, you should continue looking for 2 seconds, so it makes it easy on the edit. And I'm like, I'm looking away. I'm not even looking at the camera by the end of a sentence,
It's hard to remember all those things as well, when you're trying to just be natural as well. So look for 2 seconds longer. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm under a bit of pressure trying to get the YouTube channel going, and I was trying to record a trailer for it today, and everything was set up. I had my lines, had this, that, and the other. Recorded it on the second take in one go, no breaks at all. And then I realized when I went to edit it, I had held the camera, I had positioned the camera like straight up instead of on its side, so that it just looks like shit, and now I have to do it all again.
I know you had your perfect shot.
I was like, fuck me, I can't get this right at all. But anyway, Anna, talking too much about myself, I want to go back to something you said about while you're in acting school. When you're on stage then, are you playing a role? Because when I saw you, I really didn't get the impression that you were playing a role at all. But is it something that because of your training in acting, you put yourself into a role before you go on stage?
No, I don't think so. Not for comedy. Like, I think for comedy, it doesn't really work if you play a role. Well, some people can do characteristics or act outs, but I think mostly for comedy, you kind of have to be honest and true to yourself a bit for people to be with you all the way. I definitely, from being trained in theatre, I think I have like a once I get up there, I have a bit of confidence and a presence, you know, and that's what I think I have with that. And maybe you might have noticed it, like I have a flow, so I kind of have a little script almost, but I need to get better at like working with the crowd a bit and like loose that bit a bit. But I definitely have like a kind of idea of where I want to go with it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Of course, yeah. So you have whatever. If you're getting up doing 10, 15 minutes, you know that by minute 3 you will have had 4 or 5 laughs already. That kind of thing. With certain jokes, and then they'll go on to other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my international friends, I don't know whether you thought this, but when I was making friends over in Canada who had never been to Ireland, they genuinely believed that we were drunk all the time. Like, constantly drunk. So I like to play up on this, and I was like, yeah, it's because we were actually born drunk. Now, I know I can't speak on behalf of my country, but I'm not really lying there. Because I was pushed out of the pub the same way, pushed out of the womb the same way I'm pushed out of the pub on a Saturday night. I'm covered in shit, I can't remember a thing, and I'm crying. Because I'm in the arms of a man that I don't really recognise, and I'll probably never see again.
When you were growing up then, who were your like comedic influences, and what kind of TV shows were you watching that got you into comedy?
Oh, Harry Enfield and The Fast Show, I guess. They were the 2 programs we would always watch as kids, and it's hilarious. And then probably later on The Office and Ricky Gervais. And then I just always watched the Irish show The Panel, so I loved Andrew Maxwell and Dara Brian and Tommy Tiernan as Irish comedians and stuff, so yeah.
Were you knocking around when Don't Feed the Gondolas was on? Because I remember when that started. I loved that show. That was brilliant.
What was it called?
Don't Feed the Gondolas. Do you remember it? Sean Moncrief was the chair, but it had people like Dara O'Brien and all on it, like when they were like really young, just starting out.
No, I don't think I remember that.
Okay, I'm
showing
my
I'll have to
age
YouTube
now.
it later on.
No, dude, it's brilliant. It was brilliant. It's where it's kind of where Sean Moncrief got his start from, you know, and obviously the likes of Dara O'Brien. I think Dara O'Brien was one of the team captains, and oh god, who was the other guy?
Okay, maybe, you know what, like, probably one of those things I have seen but I didn't watch, like...
just look it up. You'll get hours of it on YouTube, hopefully. When and where was your first gig, and what do you remember of it?
My first gig was over in New Westminster in Vancouver. So that was at the end. It was a showcase for the end of the 5 classes I'd done. So it was, and then you had to invite people, and there was about 10 of people in my class. So we were all performed that night. It was in a Laugh-Fides Comedy Club, and they have a massive theatre downstairs or a comedy room upstairs, which is like a really nice room. But for some reason, the people that were in my class had a lot of friends and family coming, so we had to use a massive theatre.
Oh, cool.
And this is like a big, like, red, I want to say red carpet, but it's not curtain. Red, like red. It's like a massive red curtain, like massive stage, like sat like 250 people. I had a good few friends, even though it wasn't, it's not my home there, and they were all coming to support, and yeah, I was shit myself. Like, I think I was the most nervous I've been for anything. Like, I never really got nervous before doing plays or anything, but I think nobody else in my class seemed nervous, but it was terrifying. That first one ever, and but we all had kind of practice stuff, rehearsed stuff in the class, so I had happy with my stuff. And then, yeah, I went out and did it, and then my friends were there to see me. Said they were all really nervous for me as well.
That's not helpful.
I know, they were like, oh, you coming out? Like, we were really nervous for you as well. Like, shit. And I was like, why? Because you thought it was going to be awful. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so that was like, just being honest.
And
so that was like a funny first experience, because then after that, for that, I kind of got asked to go to other little places, but then it was like the corner of pubs and back to the usual. So it was nice. It was fun.
So where was your first gig when you came back to Ireland then?
First gig when I came back to Ireland, I moved home, and then obviously, like, you have to and if you know Newman Stage, you have to email everyone, send your video, and then Dublin, like, takes a couple of months to get on. I think I came home in September, and then I had like the first one I booked was like the Comedy Crunch in December, and then popped the cherry in November, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to be performing for months. But Jesters is an open mic in Dublin. So that's on weekly, and you can kind of sign up on that on Facebook. So I was putting it off. I kind of went to see a couple of comedy shows in Dublin first of all, to kind of see what people were saying in Dublin and how the crowds were, because I'd never performed in Dublin. I didn't know what to expect. And then, yeah, went up to Jesters, did 5 minutes, It was great fun.
Cool, very good. I want to ask you about how you kind of write your jokes. How do you, because a lot of the answers I get is that people are kind of walking on the street and they see something funny, they jot it into their phone, and then they come back to it later on. Are you like that, or do you say to yourself, no,
Yeah.
yeah, you're like that?
I try and sit down, and that's not when, like, I've tried it millions of ways. I try and sit down and write. Most times when you're walking, you see something you put into your phone, uh, or if you're really busy, or at night you wake up and I just to my phone. But then I look back at my notes and like I don't want to see some of them. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and you can't remember what you said. If your autocorrect has done something weird, and you're like, what was I thinking last night? I'm awful one for writing on pieces of paper as well. I don't know why. Like, I have loads of notebooks, and then I'll just pick up pieces of paper, and then I have to go back through them. And I go, well, but I think like that kind of writing, but then the ones that you think are really work will kind of stick in your head. And then you just kind of test them out.
And when you're
writing them down properly,
when you're doing new material, where do you test it out?
Oh, it's so scary to do new material. I tested it out at open mics. I was actually, when I started off in Canada, I think this is like the reason why I kept going, actually, because after that class I joined a group called Musings Comedy Group, and we just got, it was about 8 or 9 comedians, and we just all do the same kind of level. We met once a week, not for shows, just kind of workshop, and you had to get up and do a fresh 5 every week, even though it was awful. So that was just great, because then they told you afterwards if it was crap, or it could help you with a bit of an idea as well. And from that I got a lot of material, and then a bit more confidence in going to an open mic or a book show with new material. I don't have those guys over here anymore, unfortunately. I do kind of send them stuff, email them stuff sometimes, but now I have to do the real Canadian thing and go to the open mics. But definitely open mics. I don't really try. I might slip a new bit into a book show, but like in the middle, so it's safe.
No, I get you. Because it's a fairly close knit community in Dublin. I was lucky enough that I got to have a couple of pints with you after I was finishing filming. And do you talk shop? Do you say to each other, look, I have this thing, I don't think it's working, can you help me out?
Yeah, definitely. I think, and then people like, sometimes whether you ask for it or not, will give you feedback on your set. And sometimes it can be really helpful, or other times. So yeah, and then definitely I think people do bounce ideas off, because like sometimes you have like the guts of a really good joke, and it's like one word you need, in the middle of it, or a stronger punchline or something tiny, and someone else will see that straight away because you've been looking at it for too long or something. So it's definitely good to bounce ideas off people. When
you started out and these kind of things start happening, did you find that you have to grow thick skin pretty quickly, or were you okay with that because of your acting experience and all?
No, I don't think I have thick skin. I don't think I've been through the worst of it yet, and I'm just preparing myself. Because I haven't been heckled really badly. I don't think I feel like.
Don't say that. People are going to do it now.
I know. Oh yeah, they're going to be like, there she is, 30,000 people listening to me. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. No, not really. I just think the worst. So I think I go in being like, because I've been obviously heckled, but I'm talking back. But I don't think they're trying to slag me or anything. But I always just think, imagine if people start shouting that you're mad. I definitely would just cry, or I don't know.
Oh jeez, that'd be hilarious.
I just don't think I'm a thick skin. I just think I'm preparing for the worst.
That'd be hilarious if you just started bawling. Well, sorry, I'd laugh at it, but I'm a mean, horrible bastard. I'm sorry, Anna.
No, it would be brilliant. It could probably work.
It would definitely work.
I also like to wear vintage swimsuits as tops. I thought that's because it was vintage, it means that it's cool. But that's not what it means at all, is it? It actually means that someone, who is probably now a granny, has definitely pissed in this. That's not cool.
Vintage swimwear, Anna. What's this all about?
Oh, vintage swimwear. That's one of my jokes at the start of my set. I don't know. I think I was trying to, there's a thing, if you slag yourself at the start of your set, the audience is with you, and you have to pick something, you'll pick up on stuff they wear. So I don't know. I like fashion. I have a bit of a style, so I think I sometimes can wear stuff out there. And I just went one day, I went for vintage swimsuits as tops, and then when I was thinking about it, I was like, ew, this just means that who's a granny is pissed in this thing, and you're wearing it around all day. It's giving you a wedgie, and you think it looks good, and it probably doesn't. So,
Um,
but they laugh. I think when people say, "Well, if you just say the word piss," people just laugh anyway. It's silly.
but you do genuinely wear vintage swimwear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Since I said that joke now, I've gone into vintage shops and like, any swimsuits? I get photos of myself in the same set in the same swimsuit. Vintage. They're really nice. They're like leotards.
Yeah,
so
no.
I don't know.
I can't believe that they sell second-hand swim clothes. That's mad.
Is that disgusting? Is it? It's rotten, is it?
I don't know.
I know, and I've paid some like top dollar for some of them as well. Like it's outrageous. Vintage clothes are so stupid. You're someone's rags, and you're like, yes.
Yeah. I always think someone's died in this. You know.
Oh, stop! Died. It is expensive. Oh my god. Drowned. Every time just kissing this, someone also died. Oh, it's so true. I know. But then you kind of think of the other side, and you're like, a bit of vintage clothes, like make up a little story for you. You know, you don't know what's happened, but it could be something cool.
What do you mean?
On the other side, not just dying or pissing her.
She died and pissed herself.
I don't know what they'd be up to.
She went to Bray. No, she went to Howth on a little getaway from Dublin City, and she met John Wayne. They went at it for a couple of days, and then she died pissing herself.
And then she went out to swim across Dartle's Eye and never came back. But the swimsuit was found in the store and sold for €50. Genius. That's way more interesting than just someone's granny dying.
I got tears in my eyes laughing here. Jesus. Anna, sex comes up a lot. I noticed.
Yeah.
And you know, like by God, like it takes a lot to make me blush. But like after about halfway through your set, I think I was as red as a beetroot's period.
Oh really? Oh my
I loved
God,
it. I thought it was brilliant, but I didn't expect it when he got up at all.
Oh no. Okay, that's good then.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
There's some people like that. That's all she's going to talk about. Definitely. It's something I like to branch away from now as well. So as I progress, but I don't know. It's probably one of those things that's a bit easy, you know, just whack out sex because everyone loves sex or enjoys hearing about it. So I need to get a bit more intellectual or political. But I don't know. That's probably what comes to my head.
So yeah, you mentioned there. Do you want to go down the political road?
No, like it's not me. I'm not going to like not be myself, but I definitely like try and read the news more and get more, put a twist on my thoughts of what's going on in the world, I guess. Well, eventually I want to become more interesting more than just sex, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So I don't know what's
people always ask me, they're like, what kind of comedy do you do? Like, it's observational, blah blah. I'm like, I talk about like
dildos,
aubergines being dicks, and you know, like I'm like, that sounds terrific. I don't want to say that. I want to be like have a bit more oomph to it. So I'll find it. I'll find whatever I'm meant to be saying.
Now, look, I'm a big fan of the lowest common denominator. You know, if you can make the crowd laugh by talking about sex, then you've won me over.
Oh, brilliant.
I'll just ask you one more question then, Anna. This is, you probably know this was coming, so I always asked it at the end of the show. If someone came to you asking for advice before getting into stand-up comedy, what would be your worst piece of advice you could give them? Yeah,
I knew that was coming clear. I've been listening to your podcast all week. It was a really hard one, actually, because I was like, I was definitely going to ask you that. Yeah, you think I'd be prepared. I definitely think I would just say the worst piece of advice would be don't bother. Don't do it at all, you know. If that makes sense, because most people I try and tell, and they're like, I'd love to do that, but I don't have the confidence. I'm like, just try it. Like, you'll regret it otherwise. So the worst piece of advice is just like, sit at home, do nothing. You know, it's not worth it.
Come to my shows and give me money.
Yeah.
Great. I do love to drink. I love to drink, and I like to be hungover as well. I think being hungover is actually quite enjoyable. It is just like being a little baby all over again, isn't it? Because you sleep all day, and then someone delivers your food, and you might have a cry because you probably shit yourself a few hours ago. The only thing I don't like about drinking is forgetting my nights. And that happens every night. I just get the fear really bad the next day, and I hate having to text my friend and being like, here, last night, on a scale of like 1 to Donald Trump, how many people did I upset? Like, my fear can be so bad, I think I've insulted the whole world. But then I just build a wall and get over it.
Give us your if you have a website, your social media stuff, YouTube channel, any gigs you got coming up, whatever you want to flog.
Okay, self-promotion time. I just created a website for myself. It's annacliff.ie. My Facebook is Anna Cliff Comedy, as well as my Instagram, Anna Cliff Comedy, and my Twitter, Anna Cliff Comedy. Snapchat is Anna_Cliff. And then, I have a gig next week in the Harbour Bar in Bray on the 23rd of March, Thursday. And I think that's all I have to say about that.
Magic, I think this is coming out. Is it coming out?
I'll be heading to London soon, so anyone in London, watch it out.
You're moving, yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, in 2 weeks, can't wait. But scary, but no, it should be good.
What's the plan then? Are you going to be gigging a lot? Are you looking for places to start?
Yeah, that's the plan, yeah. No real plan, but like that is the plan. Yeah, just going to send out, that's why I was filming that,
yeah.
I was filming that myself at Comedy Crunch when I met you, so I can start sending a fresh video to London, get London spots.
Magic. Oh, look, I hope it goes well.
And then obviously I'll have to work full time somewhere to pay my way, and just have a crack a bit further away again.
Oh, great. Well, look, best of luck to you, because I think the crowds will love you anyway, and it's good. It's good to push yourself, because I think sometimes you can get a bit safe in one scene, so you're
yeah, definitely. I just want to keep exploring.
Anna Clifford, thanks so much for coming on the Comedy Cast. Had a really good time with you.
Yeah, same. Had a good laugh. Thanks, Mil.
That was Anna Clifford. Big thanks to Anna for coming on the Comedy Cast, and all the best with the move to London. I hope it goes really well, and that lots of people in the UK will get to see you soon. That's pretty much it then for this episode of the Comedy Cast. Like I said at the start, if you'd like more comedy podcasts every Monday and Thursday, just hit the red subscribe button underneath this video. You can also listen to us on thecomedycast.com. We're on iTunes and Android podcast players as well. If you'd like to follow the Comedy Cast on social media, then in the description below as well, there's links for Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Okay, I'll let you off then. I'll speak to you on the next episode of the Comedy Cast. Good luck.